Good morning. Welcome back to the Wicked Thrifter Resell channel. Today we're going to be heading out again and doing some more thrifting. Another vlog style video for you coming up. Here is the items that I just pulled for the weekend sales. This was abysmal. June has royally sucked for me, unfortunately. I'm down, which is not where I wanted to be over last year. So I got to figure out how to ramp this up, figure out some other strategies and start going forward. But that's why I'm going to hit the road. I got to get these wrapped and shipped, dropped off at the post office, and then we'll hit some of our favorite Goodwill stores. All right, I'll see you in a minute. So we're going to head in and see what we can find. Fingers crossed. All right, here we go. And here we're at the first Goodwill location. Checking out the figurine section at first, and then we move on to some other locations. You've seen this place a few times now. They still had that lighthouse doorstop or doorstay that was still here. They have some Christmas pieces just sprinkled in. Now is the time to get anything holiday listed as far as Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, all of that stuff is getting ready to sell. I've already sold a bunch of pieces, so now I'm on the hunt to get those purchased and listed ASAP. Those take priority over all my other things, except for like really high dollar items. You want to get those listed as soon as possible because usually people buy for those seasons in advance because they want to have it out the whole time. As you can see, didn't pick up anything there, and we are off to Savers. This was like a glass candy dish of some sort, I believe. It would have come originally with like a foil or cardboard bottom. I ended up putting that back because it's clear glass. This was the first piece that really interested me there that I'm showing you here. It is an art pottery or studio pottery lamp. Definitely vintage. You can tell by the hardware on there. I ended up putting that back as well. This intrigued me. Looks like a desk accessory piece, but it looked like it had been missing something on the bottom. I don't know if there was another section or a base that should have gone with it. I just had a hard time believing that would have been as it was. We're at the next Goodwill location, and I first start out in the vase and pottery section. That was a large floor vase or like umbrella stand. And here I'm just checking out the other large vases they have, and then I swooped over to check out the other side. Not a ton. I mean, they had items for sale. This was the first thing that piqued my interest. It had a really nice quality to it. There was no signature or anything. I'm trying to be more selective on the pottery that I pick up. It is very hard to distinguish who makes certain pieces. So I'm trying to be more selective and picking up only signed pieces, which can be a mistake because there are a lot of really great artists that don't sign their pieces. But I'm just trying to be more selective so it's easier for me to list in the end. This is a mass-produced vase. It looked like the artist like just bought mass-produced vases and then hand-painted them. It looked really nice. Sometimes these can do well, but they will sit a while and it's not a ton of money. So I end up putting that back. They had a few of them on the shelves that were hand-painted florals. You can see there the green vase or bottle. But I ultimately put them back just because the profit's just not there for me and I don't want to take up the space. This was a blue glass jar, a mass-produced piece. So I left that as well. That is a large glass piece there. I'm trying to be more selective about those type of items as well. Some I will take the chance in purchase, depending on what it is and what the profit is. I think those are going to be my main things. Here I'm checking out the mug section. I thought this was a cute little mug, but I ended up putting that back. And then this caught my attention. It gave me the feeling of like those Janine pottery mugs. There are a bunch of pottery makers that resemble that maker. Some of them do really well, but I end up leaving that behind. These tiki mug or tumblers, I think it could be a vase as well. Used to do really well. Used to sell for a decent amount of money. Now they don't sell as much, so I end up leaving that behind because $6.99 was kind of high. I really like this. Initially I put it in the cart. This is a vintage handmade basket set. It's heart shape. They didn't want a ton for it, but I have a tendency to buy super large items and sit on them for a long time before I list them. And I don't want to do that. If it's something, I want to just list it right away. That was like a etched gourd. And this was a wood. It's definitely contemporary, more modern candlestick holder, but wood candlestick holders do very well. This was a real stylish piece, but they didn't have a second one and ended up leaving that behind at $10.99. Usually I grab all of these game boards that are like inlaid wood, kind of like a mosaic pattern. They didn't have the game pieces with this one. In fact, there was a lot of damage on it, so I was going over it trying to decide, is it worth picking up? I think in this case, it was the best decision because the hinges were broken. I don't have time for projects, and I already have a couple. If they are complete, they can sell for a decent amount of money, but this one was a project for sure, so that stayed at the store. This was a clear glass or crystal ice bucket, I believe. Looking to see if there was a signature. There wasn't, so I ended up leaving that behind. I'm trying to be more picky about those pieces as well. I was excited to find these initially until I saw the price. $6.99 a piece. Doesn't leave a lot of room for profit, so I end up leaving those behind. It's rare that you find a complete set of them. Usually you find one, that's it. But even with that, $6.99 is still too high. Here's just a shot of the cart, and that's everything I put back. I was a little bummed about this. This is really cute, an Eeyore planter. I liked the color, but look, $19.99, and I'm not opposed to paying high prices for items, but that was too high for that. I scooped these two up though. These are art pottery for sure. Love the puffer fish, and then I also pick up this other piece. It's like, it looked like a fish to me, but it's a face, so I don't know. It's your call. Is it a fish? Is it just a face? But they're coin banks, handmade, and they're signed. And they sell for a decent amount of money. They will sit for quite a while on the shelf, but I'd rather have that sit on the shelf than some other things. I had grabbed this originally. I really love hand-painted pieces, but this was a mass-produced piece, and it wasn't that great. This, however, I grabbed, even without the stopper. This Carnival glass bottle did well for me. It already sold. Not for a ton of money, but $3.99 into $50. That's perfectly fine to me. This was just a covered glass duck piece. Those don't sell for a ton for me, especially since it was a clear glass one. If it had been a different color, maybe it would have done okay. I'm just scanning the glasses to see if there's anything great. Then I found this, and I was pretty happy about this. I do think I have it priced too high. I might have to reduce the price. I think it's called neodymium glass, so it looks purple, pink, blue, depending on what light you're in. So we'll have to revisit the price on that, I think, but we'll see. And then I scooped up this Oneida dinnerware set. It was not a complete set. I thought I would give it a shot. Some can do more. Some can do better than others. But I did end up breaking that apart into I think 6 different listings on eBay. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, $12.99 into over $100 in profit, or not $100 in profit, but over $100 in sales is not a bad way to do it either. Here's just a few of the listings. I didn't show all of them here. I spotted this Costa Boda little tea light votive candle holder. They don't sell for a ton either, and there are probably a ton listed. But Costa Boda sells well for me, so I generally pick up anything Costa Boda. Here we're at another Goodwill location, and this was the first find. I was so happy to find this. At first, I had no clue what it was, so I grabbed it. I actually thought I was going to put it back because I'm like, oh, it's art pottery. Who cares? But I decided just to grab it, and I'm so glad I did, because once I got home and I was able to look it up, that already sold, and it was for $119 on an offer, but it sold right away within a week. So I was pretty happy about that. And then I also scooped up these ornate little curtain rod holders. They're like cherubs or angels. I'm not sure what you call those. But I paid $16.97 for the whole set, and it sold for over $100, and that was a pretty fast flip as well. So now I'm on the hunt for these pieces. I don't know how long they'll be in style, and I don't know if I'll come across them that often, but we'll see. And I think this is the last item that I end up picking up on this shopping trip. They're vintage home co pieces, just resin, plastic. They'll take a while, but it's still worth picking up. And that's a wrap. Today was kind of dismal. A lot of gold and beige items on this haul video, as you see, and not many items at all. Some, this is called neodymium glass. This looks purple, turns blue in certain lights. That wasn't a bad pickup. They only wanted $2.99 for that. And this is some Costaboda. Not sure how that's pronounced exactly, but that's those pieces. A few art pottery pieces, a blowfish bank, and a funny face vase, or bank, I should say. Some carnival glass. I'm gonna take a chance on this set of Oneida dinnerware or flatware, and then those were some wood cherub corbels or curtain holders, tiebacks. Not sure how those will do, but the prices, like the comps, looked fairly decent for the price that they wanted for them. And this last vintage set of plastic birds with some dogwood. So that's it. That was it for my 5 hours of thrifting. It's 6+ stores that I went to, and you'll barely see any of them on that video. But anyway, not every day is, a picnic and you find things super easy, but I'm going to take what I found. This is not a bad profit pulling it all, and I met some nice people today, so we'll see how it goes. But that's going to wrap it up. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos, and if you do like them, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week. Bye.